Peace. This is Wise Words Media, and the year 2022 continues to be a nightmare year for Canelo Alvarez, as he continues to get exposed not only in the ring, but what's going on out the ring. So recently, Egyptian boxer who comes from Miami, Florida, by the name of Ahmed Ali, was on the End Still podcast, and he revealed some shocking news regarding a sparring session that he had with Canelo Alvarez. So Ali says that he travels out to the location where Canelo and the camp is holding camp, and he gets in the ring to spar with Canelo. Now, it's customary practice in boxing, like, guys of that magnitude, that star caliber, they'll take on several different boxes, right? They'll go like 3-4 rounds with several different boxes. And, they'll box anywhere between, 15 rounds or so. They'll go, and again, it's about, they'll have about 3-4 different boxes, 5 different boxes, and they'll each do about 3 or 4 rounds with the boxer. Canelo now gets in the ring with Ahmed Ali, and Ali said that after just 3 rounds, 3 or 4 rounds, he said Canelo, and this is what he said, he quotes this, he said, Canelo said, "I can't. I'm tired. I can't." And he quits in the middle of sparring. And Ahmed Ali says, "What? Is this guy serious?" And then Canelo reiterates, "I can't. I'm tired." So at this point, Ali says to himself, "Man, I traveled all the way over here for this? For that, I could have just stood in Miami." So, if you want to look it up, it's on the End Still podcast. Just type his name in, Ahmed Ali, and you can hear what he stated about that sparring session, or lack thereof. Because he said it was just 3-4 rounds, and that's it. Canelo stated he was tired and he couldn't anymore, and he went on to quit in sparring. See, for years, people have tried to compare Canelo to Floyd Mayweather, but to no avail, over and over again. And time and again, you continue to see that he's not the next Floyd Mayweather. He can be compared to Floyd, not even in this regard, but this is the closest that you can compare him in, is just being the face of boxing that is used to sell out Las Vegas on the 2 biggest boxing nights, Cinco de Mayo in May and Mexican Independence Day weekend in September. He's nothing more than that. He's an attraction. He's not an elite boxer. He's not an all-time great boxer. He's none of the above. What he is a boxer that has been used for an attraction to continue to generate money for boxing. People said, "Oh, he's the next Floyd Mayweather. He's the next king of boxing." Floyd Mayweather never quit in sparring. Never. Floyd has never quit in sparring. In fact, Floyd Mayweather's gym has what's called doghouse rules. And the doghouse rules are that there are no rounds. You see how in boxing there's 3 rounds, you get about a minute break, you come back out? Or in sparring, some people take a 30-second break and come back out. None of that. In doghouse rules, dudes be going at it until somebody quits. That's the type of conditioning that made Floyd Mayweather the boxer that he is. Floyd Mayweather is the boxer that he is and the champion that he was for one vital piece of training that he took more seriously than anybody, and that's conditioning. Conditioning, nobody was going to out-condition Floyd Mayweather. Didn't matter. Floyd Mayweather, there's times that Floyd stated that he'll be in Tim's. Floyd will be in Tim's at a restaurant or something, and he'll just get up and go running. Be at the mall, go outside, go running. Floyd, there was a story where 50 Cent one time, and Floyd ain't even have a fight coming up, and 50 said that it was a Saturday night, it was about 2, 3 in the morning, and Floyd's friends wanted to go to the strip club. So 50 turned to Floyd and was like, yo, you with it? And Floyd was like, nah, it's all right, y'all could go. I'm going to go run. I'm going to go run. He had no fight coming up. And 50 said, when he saw that, he was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's dedication. This guy doesn't even have a fight coming up, and he's out here running at 3 in the morning. And he said they in the limo, and you see Floyd running behind him. So that's the type of dedication it takes to be the next level, to take it to the next level, to be an all-time great. And Canelo, as you've seen in various fights, that has been what plagued him throughout his career. His conditioning, along with other things like his inability to cut the ring. But conditioning has been one of the major flaws that Canelo has. He's not conditioned. Like, he got tired very early in his career during the Austin Trout fight, which is why the second half of the Trout fight played out the way it did. With Trout, seemed like he was starting to control the fight. You got several other fights where Canelo, just towards the end of the fight, starts to wear down. The Golovkin fight, even the most recent Golovkin fight, the third one, you see Canelo let a 40-year-old Golovkin come back into this fight and start making it more of a fight in the last few rounds, because from like the 8th round, 9th round forward, Canelo was tired. He was spent. And that gave a 40-year-old Gennady Golovkin a second wind to be able to get his offense off, because Canelo was taking rounds off. He was too tired. Canelo, after the Bivol fight, used conditioning and that he was tired as an excuse why he lost. Duke, that's not an excuse. Being tired's not an excuse. That's a you problem. You know, you can fix that. Your diet, your training regimen, you know, like, and you know, maybe if you didn't cut, if you wasn't such a weight bully, cutting 20, 30 pounds before fights, then you wouldn't have to be so spent trying to cut down the weight. You know, like, even prior to, I think, the Golovkin fight, he still had to shave like a good 20 pounds the week of the fight. So Canelo Alvarez is nowhere near a Floyd Mayweather. 2022, the year 2022, has officially ended that discussion. We will never hear it again. It shall never come up again. Old media done retreated from that. You don't even hear them bring up Floyd anymore when they talking about Canelo. Floyd's name has suddenly vanished whenever they talk about Canelo, because that was the guy they wanted to overthrow Floyd. But now suddenly his name's vanished. So Canelo Alvarez is in, I'm telling you right now, 2023 is going to be a worse year for Canelo Alvarez if this continues. Talking about you getting tired with 3-4 rounds of sparring, and you're supposed to be an elite boxer in his early 30s. As he said earlier this year, he said he's in his prime. That's what your prime is. I'm telling you guys, YouTube universe, you heard it here first. 2023 may be even a worse year for Canelo Alvarez. If he steps into the ring, if he's backed into a wall, and he's put between a rock and a hard place, where he now has to take on, by force, he has to take on a Benavidez or even a Miguel Morel, a Morel, a David Morel. If he got to take on a David Morel, if he got to take on a Benavidez, if he has to take on one of these caliber fighters, don't throw an Artur Beterbiev out there or a Bivol rematch. This year, we might see Canelo get knocked out. And I'm telling you, I said it earlier this year in one of my videos, and I'll say it again. Canelo Alvarez, do not be surprised if Canelo retires in the next few years, because this sport has now, he's taken all he could. He was never built for this position. He was never built skill-wise to be a dominant fighter and be the top fighter in any division. He wasn't built for that. Even in his earlier days, when he was at 154, he ran from the top competition. Didn't fight the Charlos. Didn't fight Andre. He didn't fight any of the top opposition at 154. At 160, Andre, Charlo, they followed him. He avoided them then. Charlo moving up due to the WBC stipulations that a WBC champion moving up can become the #1 contender in their new weight class. Charlo petitioned and became the #1 contender for Canelo's belt, and Canelo drops the belt. He said, no, I don't want the belt no more then. Meanwhile, a year or two before that, he said his goal is to become the first Mexican champion to ever be undisputed champion in middleweight. But a couple years later, once Charlo comes up, and Charlo makes that move sooner than he thought, and now Charlo's his mandatory opponent, all of a sudden, oh, no, never mind, change your heart. Here, take the belt back. Come on, man. The Canelo illusion is through. So, yeah, this is Wise for Wise Words Media. Peace.